We're here for another video in Madman Mechanics in Dubai. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do. Today is all about problem solving and the different things that you might not know that we do here at Madman Mechanics. So, in this part of the video, you're going to see us fix this Banshee frame that I've got behind me that I'm going to give you a little bit more details about what's happened. And then later on in the video, well, that one, you're going to want to stick around and carry on watching. Here we've got a Yamaha Banshee frame that's been delivered to us by one of our customers. He's brought it over to us because it's evident that this vehicle has been in some type of accident. It wasn't by him, he bought it like this, but here at Madman Mechanics, we're here to fix it. Evidently we can see that there's a few different damage marks as we've got some breaks in welds, some bends up here, and then also there's a complete disalignment of the whole of this chassis. We've already done an inspection of this whole chassis and here's some of the things that we've already noticed. At the back, we can see that there's complete disalignment. That you've got one side a lot higher and one side's a lot lower. In the center here, you can see that it's crumpled inwards, so it's been squashed. How can we determine this? At the top, this plate should be flat on either side and flat at the top, but it's been crumpled in completely and it's fractured the metal itself, which we're gonna have to spread this open and then we're gonna have to make a new weld on the inside of it. Also, you can see how the whole chassis is completely twisted. Look at how it rocks. This bench is 100% flat and it should be sat nice and sturdy on here. And at the end of the video, you'll see it sat flat, but at the moment, it's completely twisted. In today's video, you're going to see us completely align this chassis. We're going to have to make some tools specifically designed just to be able to do this. This thing's completely twisted, out of alignment, and now we're going to put it back to the way that it should be so that it can go back to our customer and then he can carry on doing his build at home. The Banshee chassis is now completely aligned on the main components. On the main part of the body and on the front end, everything is completely aligned now. Next part is to weld on the back end of the rear subframe and also align the steering post. Keep watching. The steering post support is now completely aligned and it's back to be able to fit the steering post in perfectly. Onto the back, we've already welded the subframe and these components back into place. So now that we can clean everything up, get everything ready, and then we'll do one final check over the whole chassis, make sure that everything's 100% aligned. As you've just seen, every possible angle and measurement has been measured on this Banshee frame, and we've made sure that now everything is back to spec the way it should be. It was completely twisted, it was in such a bad condition, but here at Madman Mechanics in Dubai, we've managed to rectify it and get it back to OEM standards. So, now that we've finished with the Banshee, it's on to the next thing, and you want to keep on watching this video to see what's about to go down next. Let me explain to you about this YZ450F that I've got behind me. Recently, we've had a lot of rainfall here in Dubai, which has caused a lot of flooding throughout the city and also in the desert. Normally, whenever it rains, everyone wants to get out in the desert. It's prime time. The sand is nice and hard, so you can literally go wherever you want. It's perfect conditions to go out riding in the desert, and all of our customers want to get out. The unfortunate situation is, throughout the desert, there's a lot of channels of water that have been built up, and there's a lot of flooding that's happened inside the desert itself. As for this customer, he decided to cross one of those channels, and unfortunately, it was a little bit deeper than he expected. So, as he was riding through it, the bike got stuck underneath of the water, and it took water through the air intake into the cylinder itself. Subsequently, as the engine was still running, it's caused the engine to hydrolock. So, as the engine was still moving and the crank and the piston is still moving up and down, instead of it having air compressing inside, it's now had water compressing inside. Now the problem with that, as you might know, is it's a lot of strain on the engine instead because of the density of the water. Now let me show you what's happened. Here's the damages that have been caused to the engine itself. The engine casing has been smashed completely. The problem that's happened here is that as there was water inside of the cylinder, it's caused too much pressure, which has caused too much strain on the connecting rod itself. Potentially what's happened is the connecting rod has twisted, and then once they've actually managed to get it started, after getting all the water out of it, it's caused an eradication of the problem that happened inside. So what potentially has happened, which you're soon going to see in this video, once we strip apart the engine completely, is I suspect that the crank and the connecting rod has broken completely. While the engine's still been moving, it's then broken and smashed into the engine casing itself. We've already broken down a few of the parts of this engine and the bike, and now in the next part of this video, you're going to see us completely disassemble this engine and analyze exactly what's happened to this bike. We've already started down the stripping process of this engine. So far, we've got the clutch cover off and we've already started removing all the clutch, trying to identify if there's any type of damages. So far, have a look inside. All the water has got mixed with the oil itself, and it's obviously made a milky color. We already know this engine was completely flooded. So far, apart from this oil, we can't notice any other problems. So we're gonna carry on stripping down this engine until we get to the bottom of this problem. So far we've continued stripping down the engine and we've carried on taking off a few different components. So far we've taken off the magneto and we've also stripped the cylinder head. From the magneto side, we can start to see even more debris from the engine casing itself that has been exploded inside, and there's so many different pieces that have just been like pieces of shrapnel all inside of here. There's loads inside, so I'm sure that once we split the casing in the next part, you're going to see even more damage. On the cylinder head itself, it looks good. There's no massive damages. Most likely it's going to be okay and we can reuse this, apart from a few little bits of scoring here and there. And over here on the actual piston itself, we can see some damages now. So right here, there's a big gouge out of it. Obviously the connecting rod has snapped, pushing the piston into the cylinder head. And I'm sure in the next part you're about to see now is where it all goes bad. So normally when we actually strip down the next part, which is the cylinder itself, you should be able to push the piston through where the connecting rod is still connected to the crank. But have a look at this. The piston is still stuck inside. This is a major problem because connecting rod has completely snapped in half. So we're going to continue stripping this, split the engine into two pieces, and we can start to see all the problems that are happening inside of this engine. Have a look at this cylinder. The connecting rod inside is completely snapped and it's also damaged the cylinder itself. Obviously, from where it got hydro-locked, it's caused too much tension and pressure on the connecting rod, which has made it explode. Now, all these damages, this is major, major problems that we've got going on here, and even more to come inside of this engine. More components are being removed from this engine, and this is the primary gear that we're just removing right now. We can see some damage, some teeth are broken off. We've got two teeth broken off there. And now we've got the balancer gear. This is starting to look really bad inside. Have a look at this one. Look at all the different teeth that have been smashed off. Obviously, the engine is completely locked up, whilst other components have still been moving, causing this damage to happen inside. Let's continue going into the engine and see what more damage we've got. The final part, which is where all the truth is told. We've already started removing the gear case and we can already see all of the little pieces of teeth and all the smashed up parts that have been coming out of this engine. It's finally here, moment of truth to see what's going on. Oof. Look inside of that. This is obviously where the connecting rods hit against the case and caused so much damage inside. We're still not over yet. We still need to carry on stripping down, make sure all the gears are okay, reassess everything and make sure everything's running smoothly. After that, we're going to go and order all the parts we need to be able to put this engine back together and get it back out into the desert once again. As you've seen, we have had a really eventful one in this video. From bent Banshee frames to blown up engines, we've done it all. And everything's done here under one roof at Madman Mechanics. So if you've got a build that you want to get done here, or you've got anything similar to what you've seen earlier on in this video, make sure to contact us or comment down below. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.